trucking industry is struggling more than ever. What the turmoil going on in America. It's about to get worse this week. If you haven't heard, I give you the word. Family, you already know what to do. And if you're brand new too, thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out. Smash subscribe to join the tribe and ring the post notification bell as well. All right, let's get into it. Let's go.
These next 2 weeks are going to be hard for the trucking industry. Owner-operators, businesses, they're not going to make it through this one. The gas prices are pretty much going to double. So you're going to see people go from spending, $1,500 on fuel to $3,000.
From $1,500 to $3,000 on fuel. Yeah. Those pockets are about to be hit hard. Get prepared. You got to weather the storm. You got to get through it. Hope you got some savings.
On fuel. So expect shortages and, freight brokerages, dispatching, trucking. They're going to have a hard time this week. I ran my own trucking company. I ran my own freight brokerage. I dispatched. So I know what the truth is. I know what's really going on. It's going to be tough this week for truckers. Owner-operators, tighten up this week. It's going to get rough.
If you have your own authority, drop it in the comment section below. Have you already noticed a difference in the cost of fuel? What's going on with the brokers? What's going on with the rates? Give us some insight. Let's keep it rolling.
Purge, baby, purge. That's what's going to happen in the trucking industry in the very near future. So fuel prices have just started to go through the roof. We saw 50 to 80 cents per gallon increase over the weekend. And this is going to drive a lot of these bottom feeder trucking companies out of business. We've been needing for people to be pushed out of this industry, some of these bottom feeders, for probably the last 3 years.
Said we've been needing it because it's oversaturated. All it takes is for one wreck for you to be put out of business, or something like this to go down. One war for the bottom feeders, meaning those that aren't really seasoned in the industry, to be put out of it.
And this is a major part of what's wrong with the industry, and nobody really focuses on this. There's a lot of focus on brokers with bad rates. Yes, there are brokers with bad rates, and they should not do that. But also, somebody's taking these loads. Like when a load's posted for $1.80 a mile, if it doesn't get covered, guess what? The rate goes up. So all of your friends out there are taking these loads for $1.80 a mile, and that's what's keeping these rates depressed. So these people need to exit the trucking industry if they're running on low margins, no margins, basically maybe even running basically negative. If you're running at $1.80 or $2 or probably even under $2.50 right now, you're probably running negative.
Yeah, you want to be $3 per mile and above, really. If you can get $3 plus, but we talking about $1.80, these are the people with the new authorities that just are happy to take loads, right? And they're undercutting the whole industry. They got the whole industry suffering. I agree. They kind of got to get out, because if no one's taking those loads, then brokers will know, look, we got to pay more. But as long as people are taking those loads, then why would they charge more when they know somebody going to carry it? Then why would they pay more, I meant to say.
Broker to move their loads. And you would be surprised at how negative, if you're running at $1.80 or $2 or probably even under $2.50 right now, you're probably running negative. You're paying that broker to move their loads. And you would be surprised at how long a trucking company can stay in business with having zero margin or negative margins. They can just run off of their cash flow. And so, but what happens when there's a big spike in their costs like this is going to put them out of business, and it's going to happen quickly. And it's going to be really good for everyone else who's left in the trucking industry. If you can survive this and make it through the next month, so we're just starting March. If you can make it through March, in April, my prediction, everybody who's left, we're going to be making some cash, and it's going to be time for carrier revenge, purge, baby purge, whatever you want to call it. But this is actually a good thing for the trucking industry. It's going to be painful for everybody. But let's get the people that need to be out of our industry, let's get them out of the industry. Clean house. Hopefully the rest of us can survive the pain. So let's see what happens. Hang in.
It's about to be a purge in the industry due to the uptick in expenses for owner-operators, yeah. And the longer this war carries on, the worse it'll be for that set amount of time in the trucking industry. If you can survive through it, like he said, then it should be better in the long run, right? Things got to get worse before they get better. The worst has already happened and is to come. Then after that, things should be better.
Well, I don't know if you don't know, I'm a truck driver, right? Owner-operator. And unfortunately for a while now, how can I say it? A trucking recession. Truck drivers are falling like dominoes, giving up on the business. Today was an unusual day. A few of my friends, they post their trucks on Marketplace. They just want to get rid of it. They just want to move on. They're not too many people are looking at, in general, nobody wants to buy. So, like I said, today was a little unusual. A few of the guys called me up and said, why don't you take the trucks and give us a few dollars and pay us the rest in payments? And I was telling them, like, what you're going through, I'm going through the same way. So if I was to take the trucks, I'm going to park them, and they're going to be like table ornaments. They're going to gather rust. You can't afford to hire no drivers because it's not worth it. That's number one. There is no work. When is this going to end? I have no idea. This trucking recession, I guess we're going to call it. I don't know. And the few guys that are doing okay, the only reason they're doing okay is they're doing Amazon Relay.
Yep, I know all about Amazon Relay. It's a guy named Box Truck Shorty on Instagram. That's his whole selling point, is doing Amazon Relay. You don't have to work over the road. You can go home every night. Him personally, he doesn't own the trucks. He has drivers, and he makes about $200 per truck. He got 5 trucks. He make $1,000 a day. Being an over-the-road driver, let me know if you're doing good in the trucking industry right now. According to the guy in the last clip, he said everybody pretty much is suffering right now. And it's always going to be an exception for some people, for a window of time until it hits them too.
Yeah, trucking been dead for a very long time. I have to agree with you on that. I just didn't feel the effects of it when I was running my own freight. Also, I had contract freight. I didn't feel the effects of it. I didn't feel the effects of it until I lost my contract freight and I decided to go on the load board. And I was on that load board for a couple of months, and I do not see how you guys do that out there. I refuse to do that. I got a perfectly good truck sitting in my driveway. I'd rather work for a company like I'm doing now before I get in that truck and run these load flatbed. That's the only thing I'd rather do is flatbed. Before I run any flatbed load for a little nothing. I'm not finna be an owner operator coming in bringing in $2,500. I want you guys to do me a favor. 70 hours a week. I want you guys to go and do the math. 70 hours a week at $2,500. Look and see how much that is per hour. And that'll show you why I refuse to do anything like that. But those of you that know how to divide that together, do that. I want you to take your gross check that you grossed this week. I'm not going to even go with your net. I want you to take your gross and divide that by how many hours you work per week this week. And that'll tell you how much you have made per hour. And you don't even have to do the time that you was actually sleeping in the truck. I want the time that you was actually driving and on duty. Add all that up together, and that'll show you exactly how much you made.
All my truckers, I'm calling y'all out. Go ahead and divide how much you made by how many hours you worked this week, or how many hours you worked per week, period. Drop it in the comment section below. I'm trying to see something.